When I was around 15 years old, my mother took me to New Orleans during Jazz Fest with a group of her friends. It was a busy time in the French Quarter, and we had to fight the crowds there for Jazz Fest to get to our destination. I was just starting to become fascinated with the place then. Normally, the dead do not exist on the same plane as we do. It's as if there is some fantastic veil or plateau that divides us and keeps us separate. In New Orleans, it is as if that separation does not exist. The inhabitants of the spiritual world walk on the same uneven sidewalks as the living. As I was walking with my mother down Bourbon Street, I felt goosebumps rise on the back of my neck, and an irrational sense of anxiety came over me. I quickly looked around and spotted a strange man in the crowd not far from me. He was very pale and had large, cold black eyes. He was a smaller, wiry build, and if something hadn't told me better, I wouldn't have registered him as a threat, just strange looking. As he noticed me, he tilted his head a little to the left and flashed a quick smile. The first thing I noticed was that his eyes was not smiling in accordance with his mouth, and betrayed the true gesture of what a smile is supposed to be. Then I saw his teeth. I wish I could say I didn't get a good look and I could have been mistaken, but that would be a lie. I saw them perfectly because he wanted me to. They was like sharp teeth, jagged, with a few different rows. They was made to the rend flesh. They were teeth of a natural predator. As I was held there in mortal fear, a small voice grew louder in my head. It told me to be wary of the unseen worlds and that I would be watched. That if I should venture towards my destiny in the affairs of the spirit, those teeth would find their mark in my flesh and in my soul. As I continued staring, my concentration was interrupted by a passerby bumping into me. When I looked back to where the strange man had been standing, I found nothing. I looked for him frantically, but he was nowhere to be seen. This marked the first time in my life I've ever seen anything like this. I was just a dumb kid then. While I would see and somewhat interact with the spiritual world, I wasn't anything like I am now. All I had ever dealt with previously were simply thought forms and human spirits that needed something. At this point in my life, all I wanted was what I thought was a normal kid. At least I wanted to be somebody that didn't see that stuff. Yet some spirit in the same place knew something of what they thought was my destiny, and they sent the man to me at the risk of turning me even more towards my destiny. Well, as there is a lot more to my story, I think it's obvious I didn't heed his warning. Although, this wasn't the last time they sent a messenger.